So I've just finished teaching on the resurrection, and I have the long form video already up here on YouTube. But the third day part is something people debate. Of course, people charge that Christians invented the resurrection, just like they charge we invented the suffering Messiah, which I've covered in a video. Both these things are false, but that third day gets debated even in Christian circles. And they do something interesting. Paul in 1 Corinthians 15:3-4 just says the scriptures speak of this, but then doesn't cite one. This is something called application prophecy. Watch our Messianic overview video for more on that. But this third day language is all throughout the Old Testament. I think this is where Paul is getting it from. There are, of course, people reference places like Hosea 6, where they say, on the third day he will restore us. In Jonah 1, of course, 3 days in the belly of whale, which Jesus himself applies to himself. In Genesis 1:11-13 and 1:24, we see that it is on the third day life comes out of the earth, and then 3 days later humans are made. In Genesis 22, it's on the third day Abraham goes up the mountain, and of course we know from Hebrews 11:19 that he goes up and believes that the Lord will raise his son back from the dead. That's why he tells the people, I will come back down with my son after we have worshipped there. In Genesis 42, Joseph goes to his brothers on the third day of their imprisonment, which is often associated with the imagery of death. It's often described as the pit. And then we see in Exodus 19, it's on the third day the Lord comes down the mountain in the cloud and tempest as trumpets blast to enter into a covenant with his newly created people, just as he did in the mountain of Eden. In Leviticus 7 and 19, it's on the third day. If you've eaten the sacrifice, you are profaning something that is holy. And we see as well places like 1 Samuel and multiple places in 2 Kings where this third day imagery matters. This imagery all throughout the Old Testament is that redemption comes on the third day.